Namo Namaha. This Navaratram I thought of making a series on the meaning of Aigiri Nandini Stotram. I have covered the meaning of the first 5 shlokas in part 1, part 2 and part 3 of this series. If you haven't watched it, then here is the link for the playlist. I will also put the link in the description below. Now let's go into the 6th shloka. Ayi sharanagata vairi vadhuvara veeravara bhayadayi kare त्रिभुवनमस्तकशूल विरोधि शिरोधि कृतामलशूल करे दुमि दुमितामर दुन्दुभिनादमहो मुखरीकृत दिङ्निकरे जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते. If you have seen the previous videos, you know what Ayi means. It is just a word used to call someone. Like in English, the word O or Hey is used. Sharanagata Vairi Vadhuvara Veera Varabhaya Dayi Kare. If split, it is Sharanagata Vairi Vadhu Vara Veera Vara Abhaya Dayi Kare. Here the last word is Kare, which is actually Kara, but in Sambodhana, that is while calling out, it becomes Kare. Kara is referring to one who has a hand. What kind of a hand? Dayi Kara, giving hand. What does she give? Vara Abhaya. Vara is boon and Abhaya is fearlessness. To whom does she give the boon and fearlessness? To Sharanagata, Vairi Vadhu and Vara Veera. Sharanagata is those who come seeking for refuge. And Vairi means enemy, Vadhu is the bride or wife. So Vairi Vadhu is referring to the wives of the enemies. And Vara Veera means good, brave ones. So Sharanagata Vairi Vadhu Vara Veera means the wives of the enemies and the brave warriors who seek refuge. And this whole compound word Sharanagata Vairi Vadhu Vara Veera Varabhaya Dayi Kare means, oh, the one who has hands that gives fearlessness and boons to the wives of the enemies and to the brave ones that seek your refuge. So Devi will not tell them that you are my enemy's wife, so I will not spare you. She gives them abhaya. Then Tribhuvana Mastaka Shula Virodhi Shirodhi Kritamala Shula Kare, which if I split will be Tribhuvana Mastaka Shula Virodhi Shiro Adhikrita Amala Shula Kare. Again here the word ends with Kara, which is one who has a hand. What kind of hand? Amala Shula Kare. Shula refers to Trishula, the trident that is held by Lord Shiva and also by Devi. And what kind of a Shula is it? Amala Shula, pure trident. Where is she placing the trident? Shiro Adhikrita, on the head. On whose head? On Virodhis, meaning the enemies. And what kind of enemies are there? Tribhuvana Mastaka Shula. Mastaka Shula means headache. And Tribhuvana Mastaka Shula means the headache of all three worlds. If you see here in this line, the poet has used the same word Shula twice. But both the Shulas have different meaning. In one instance, it means the trident, the Trishula, and in the other, it means pain. How nicely he has used them. Then, Dumi Dumi Tamara Dundu Bhinada Maho Mukhari Krita Dinnikare. If I split this, it will be like this. Dumi Dumita Amara Dundubhi Nada Maho Mukhari Krita Dinnikare. Here the last word is Dinnikare. Nikara means a group of. Group of what? Dik, which means directions. Basically, this saying group of directions, that is all directions, all 8 directions. Mukhari Krita means made to resound or reverberate. And Maho Mukhari Krita means made to resound greatly. Maho Mukhari Krita Dinnikare means made to resound greatly in all directions. What was reverberated in all directions? Dundubhi Nada, the sound of the Dundubhi. Dundubhi means a drum, a war drum which is beaten during war times. You might have seen it in serials like Mahabharata. And how was this sound of the Dundubhi? Dubi Dumi Tamara. it sounded like dum dum, and Amara refers to gods. So it sounded like the drums of the gods. So this word dumi dumi tamara dundubhinada mahomukari krita dinnikare means, oh, the one who made the directions to reverberate the dum dum sound of the drum beats of gods. And the overall meaning of this shloka is, oh, the one who has hands that offer boons and fearlessness to the wives of the enemy and to the brave ones who could be from the enemy side, who take refuge in you. Oh, the one who placed the hand holding the pure trident on the head of the enemies who are a headache to the three worlds. Oh, the one who made the directions to reverberate the dum dum sound of the drums of gods. O the slayer of Mahishasura, O the daughter of the mountain, O the one with beautiful locks of hair, be victorious, be victorious. The next shloka is Ayi nija hunkriti matra nirakrita dhumra vilochana dhumra shate samara vishoshita shonita bija samudbhava shonita bijalate Shiva Shiva Shumbha Nishumbha Mahahavatarpita Bhuta Pishachapate Jaya Jaya He Mahishasura Mardini Ramyakapardini Shailasute. Again, Ayi is calling the mother. Nija Hunkriti Matra Nirakrita Dhumra Vilochana Dhumra Shate. If I split it, it is the component words in this compound word are Nija Hunkriti Matra Nirakrita Dhumra Vilochana Dhumra Shate. Here Dhumra Vilochana refers to the demon Dhumra Lochana, which means smoky eyed one. He was the first demon that was sent by Shumbha and Nishumbha, and Devi wiped him off, Nirakritaha. She not just wiped off the demon Dhumra Lochana, but also hundreds of such Dhumras. Nirakrita Dhumra Vilochana Dhumra Shate. And how did she wipe them off? Nija Humkriti Matra, just by making the humkara, which is the sound hum. So Devi just said hum, and Dhumra Lochana and hundreds of such demons were gone. Smoky eyed one refers to not having clear vision. So many a times even we don't have clear vision as to what needs to be done next. So that is a negative thing. So to remove that, we have to bring in divinity. Then Samara Vishoshita Shonita Bija Samudbhava Shonita Bijalate, which is Samara Vishoshita Shonita Bija Samudbhava Shonita Bija Late. Here you will see a word Shonita Bija. Shonita means blood and Shonita Bija means seed of blood. This is actually referring to Rakta Bijasura. Whenever a drop of his blood fell on the ground, many more such Rakta Bijasuras would arise. Shonita Bija Samudbhava means the ones that arose from Shonita Bija, that is from Rakta Bijasura. What arose from Rakta Bijasura? Shonita Bija Lata. Lata means creeper. Shonita Bija Lata means a creeper of Rakta Bijasuras, which means to say many rows of Rakta Bijasuras arose from that one Rakta Bijasura. And what did Devi do to this huge rows of Rakta Bijasuras? Vishoshita, meaning to dry up. She dried up or evaporated all those Rakta Bijasuras. Samara is battlefield. So overall this word Samara Vishoshita Shonita Bija Samudbhava Shonita Bija Late means, oh, the one who dried up the long creeper-like lines of demons emerging from the blood drops of the demon Rakta Bijasura. Rakta Bijasura is nothing but our mind. What a beautiful story the rishis have created to show the way the mind functions. If we get one thought in the mind, there will be a chain reaction of thoughts. Have you observed this anytime? Suppose I see an ice cream, then immediately the mind will get a thought about childhood days when I had an ice cream, then an incident related to that will come up in the mind, and then the thought about the people who were involved in that incident will come up in the mind. then thoughts about those people will start coming, just like Raktabijasura. One thought will generate thousands of such thoughts. And the only way to stop this is to surrender to the divine power. We can do this by meditating or reciting stotras or any other way through which we can connect to the divine. Next word is Shiva Shiva. Shiva means auspiciousness, Mangalam. Then Shumbha Nishumbha Mahahavatarpita Bhuta Pishacha Pate. When split, this will be Shumbha Nishumbha Mahahava Tarpita Bhuta Pishacha Pate. Bhuta Pishacha Patihi is Lord Shiva, who is the Lord of the Bhuta Ganas and the Pishachas. Tarpita Bhuta Pishacha Pate means the one who satisfied Lord Shiva. Tarpita means satisfied. How did she satisfy Lord Shiva? Mahahavena. Mahahava means the great war. Through the great war, she satisfied Lord Shiva. With whom was the war fought? With Shumbha and Nishumbha. If you are wondering how Lord Shiva was satisfied by waging a war against Shumbha and Nishumbha, then it is because Shiva is the Lord of destruction, and war is an act of destruction. Also, the Bhuta Ganas and Pishachas, their food is Rakta and Mamsa, which they get from the battlefield. Overall, the meaning of this shloka is, O the one who wiped off the demon Dhumralochana together with hundreds of his followers just by uttering the sound Hum. O the one who dried up the long creeper-like lines of demons emerging from the blood drops of the demon Raktabijasura. O the auspicious one. O the one who satisfied the Lord of Bhutas and Pishachas by fighting the war against the demons Shumbha and Nishumbha. O the slayer of Mahishasura, the daughter of the mountain, the one with beautiful locks of hair, be victorious, be victorious. The next shloka is Dhanuranu Sangaranakshana Sanga Parispuradanga Natatkatake Kanaka Pishanga Prushatka Nishanga Rasadbhata Shringa Hatavatuke Krita Chaturanga Balakshititiranga Ghatad Bahuranga Ratadbatuke Jaya Jaya He Mahishasura Mardini Ramya Kapardini Shailasute. The first word is Dhanuranu Sanga Ranakshana Sanga Parispuradanga Natatkatake, which is Dhanuhu Anusangarana Kshana Sanga Parispurad Anga Natatkatake. Here Kataka means bangle. Natatkataka means one whose bangles are dancing. Why are Devi's bangles dancing? Because Parispurad Anga, meaning because of the movement of limbs, because of the throbbing of limbs. Anga refers to limbs and Parispurad Anga means the moving limbs. And why are her limbs moving? Dhanuhu Anusangarana Kshana Sanga. Dhanuhu means bow and Anusangarana means associating. That is, associating the bow with the arrow. And it is Kshana Sanga, just for a second the bow and arrow are joined. Because Devi is shooting arrows swiftly and continuously, so only for a second the bow and arrow are associated. And because she is doing this action continuously, her limbs are throbbing, and because of that, the bangles on her hands are dancing. The poet has put it so beautifully. Then, Kanaka Pishanga Prishatka Nishanga Rasadbhata Shringa Hatavatuke. The words in this samasa are Kanaka, Pishanga, Prishatka, Nishanga, Rasadbhata, Shringa, Hata, Avatuke. Avatuka means the back portion of the neck. Hataha avatukaha yaya sa hatavatuka, meaning the one who struck the back portion of the neck, which is none other than Devi. And further it says Shringa hata avatukaha, which is Shringena, Pradhanyena hataha avatukaha. Here Shringa means mainly or prominently the back of the neck was stricken. Whose back of the neck did Devi strike? Rasad Bhatanam. She hit the back of the neck of the soldiers. Bhataha means a soldier. And they were Rasad Bhatas. That is, they were making some sound. What sound were they making? Nishanga. Nishanga means quiver. Quiver is the pouch in which warriors keep their arrows. So these bhattas, soldiers, made sound with the quiver. You can imagine soldiers running in the battlefield and their quiver will make a lot of sound because there will be many arrows in them, and when the soldier runs, the arrows, which are made of metals, will collide with each other and make sound. The poet is describing that sound here. Also, the poet tells how the quiver looked. It was Kanaka Pishanga Prushatka, meaning it has Kanaka, that is golden color, and Pishanga, which is yellowish brown color, and Prushatka means round spots. So that was the design of the quiver. So what this word is saying is, "O the one who mainly struck the back portion of the necks of the soldiers who were making sound with yellowish brown and gold color spotted quivers. Krita chaturanga balak kshitiranga ghatad bahuranga ratad batuke." Here the word kshitiranga, which is in the middle of the compound word, means a battlefield. What kind of a battlefield was it? Chaturanga bala kshitiranga. It was a battlefield with chaturanga bala. Chaturanga bala means the strength of chatur angas. What are the 4 angas or parts that give strength to the battle? It is the elephantry, chariotry, that is warriors mounted on chariots, cavalry, which is horse-mounted soldiers, and infantry, which is soldiers on foot. What did Devi do to this battlefield which was strong with the 4 angas of battle? Ghatad bahuranga. She made it into a play where ratad batuka. Batuka means small children, and ratad, as we saw earlier, means making sound. So poet says that Devi made the battlefield that was strong with the chaturangas into a play where children are running here and there making sound. Here the soldiers are compared to children. In front of Devi, the soldiers look like children. Then, Jaya Jaya He Mahishasura Mardini Ramya Kapardini Shailasute. Overall, the meaning of the shloka is, "O the one whose bangles are dancing because of the movement of hands which are associated with the twanging of the bow. O the one who mainly struck the back portion of the necks of the soldiers who were making sound with yellowish brown and gold color spotted quivers which were full of arrows. O the one who made the battlefield which was strong due to the chaturanga look like a playground of screaming children. O the slayer of Mahishasura, O the daughter of the mountain, O the one with beautiful locks of hair, be victorious, be victorious." I hope you all liked this explanation and will be able to recite the stotra with the meaning running in your head. Do share it with interested people, and if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, then please do subscribe for more such interesting content. Agrime chitre melitasmi, namo namah.